The officer's hand shook as he leaned in, his breath fogged against the cool night air. "Sir," he said quietly, "I'm letting you go. But listen carefully. Drive directly to the nearest police station." Confusion crawled up my throat. Why? His eyes flicked toward the passenger seat where she sat, serene, almost bored. "The woman beside you isn't your wife. Her real name is in our system. Do not go home." I froze. The silence stretched, thick, suffocating. She smiled faintly at me through the window, as though she'd overheard and found it amusing. I didn't argue. I didn't ask questions. I simply nodded, slid back behind the wheel, and drove. At the gas station, I stopped, told her to grab snacks for the ride. She stepped out, elegant as ever, unaware, or unconcerned, that I left her standing under the flickering lights as I sped away. The station blurred in the rear view, my pulse hammered. Every memory I thought I owned twisted into something else. Who the hell was in my car? The police station stank of paper and coffee. They didn't hesitate when I gave her name, or rather, one of them. Aliases, dozens. Her face repeated across mugshots, each paired with a different identity. Marriage certificates, bank accounts, missing persons. A woman who wore devotion like a costume, fraud, manipulation, disappearances, and a word that hollowed me out from the inside: endangerment. They asked how long I'd known her. "Years," I said. They looked at me like I was already another name in their file. I sat in the sterile room, replaying moments. Our wedding, her laugh at dinner, the way she tucked my son into bed, whispering things I never quite caught. Had any of it been real? Or had I been living inside a performance crafted just for me? The truth pressed against my chest, heavy and sharp. My wife wasn't who she claimed. Maybe she never had been. I didn't confront her. I played the husband, still blinded by trust, smiling when she asked questions, acting tired when she wanted intimacy. Meanwhile, I dug. Phone records revealed late-night calls to numbers with no names, receipts from cities she'd sworn she'd never visited, keys that fit no door in our home. The police gave me access to fragments of her past, husbands who vanished, families drained of savings, a trail of broken lives tied together by the same smile, the same calculated grace. At night when she slept, I scrolled through her phone. Burned messages remained, but a few lingered. Keep him in the dark. The boy, too. The boy. My son. My pulse stayed steady, outwardly calm. Inwardly, I built walls of fire. But rage is messy. I needed something cleaner. So, I waited. I learned the art of silence, letting her believe she still moved the pieces while I reset the board entirely. The final blow came in an envelope. DNA results. My son was mine, my blood, my anchor in the storm. But her, every thread snapped. No record of marriage valid, no identity real. Every vow a forgery. That night, I placed the envelope on the table. She descended the stairs in silk, holding a glass of wine. Her smile froze when her eyes fell on the papers. "What's this?" I didn't answer. Her fingers shook as she flipped through the pages. The glass slipped, shattered, red spilling like blood across tile. Where did you get this?" Calm, controlled. "You should be asking yourself how long I've known." Her lips parted, breath stuttering. Her mask cracked. I stayed still, watching her unravel, detached, silent. Her whole life was a performance. Tonight, I ended the play. She begged, voice breaking, knees buckling, 1,000 excuses spilling into the air like smoke. But I didn't yell. I didn't curse. I didn't grant her the dignity of a fight. I stood, sliding the house keys across the counter. "Police will be here soon. Decide which name you'll confess under." Her face collapsed. I picked up my son's bag from the hallway, shoes tucked neatly inside. At the door, I paused, looked back once. You were never my wife, only a ghost wearing her skin. She broke then, a sobbing, broken figure in silk, drowning in her own lives. I walked out, calm, measured, free. At my parents' house, I watched my son sleep, his breathing steady, soft. Peace didn't come as joy, it came as silence. For years, I thought I'd built a life with someone who loved me. In truth, I'd been another mark in her ledger, another role in her script, but she lost. Not with violence, not with fury. She lost to truth. The mask was gone, the stage collapsed, and she was left alone in the ruins she created. I didn't need to see the cuffs, didn't need to hear the cell door slam. Her punishment was simpler. She no longer existed. And as I closed my son's door behind me, the final thought struck, cold and final. She wasn't my wife. She was my lesson.